What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So this is probably going to be a uncut video, and it's just going to be like a video. I'm just going to fish for several hours up through here, and I'm pretty much going to leave it uncut and just let you guys see me experience this creek for the first time. This is a creek that I've fished before, but not this section, and I just want to scout it out for like maybe a main channel video later in the fall. So yeah, I don't know. Without further ado, let's get into it. It's going to be much BS, just a lot of fishing and a lot of exploring and hopefully a lot of fish catching. All right, guys, so the very first thing I'm gonna try in this creek is just gonna be a dry fly. Like, no dropper, nothing. And my idea behind that is that I just wanna see how active the fish are gonna be. They might be super active, and a dry fly might work really easily, or could be kind of difficult, and I caught one immediately first cast. Well, actually I think that was second cast, but I'm going to pull him down here and get my feet wet real quick. Water is freezing cold, so that's good. Water temps aren't an issue here. Beautiful little first fish of the day on the elk hair caddis. I'm just gonna throw in elk hair caddis today because it's just one of the best flies ever made. And I don't know if I have any floating with me or not. I do, and I should have put it on before that. So I'm actually gonna switch flies real quick. Put on a different caddis or something different. And put some floating on it. And just see how that works. Maybe this little caddis type thing. Brook trout aren't very particular usually. So I'm thinking that I should be able to get them to eat pretty easily, theoretically. And as you saw with the first fish of the day, it happened pretty quickly. So hopefully that continues throughout this day. I'm pretty confident. It's warm. It was cool last week, rained a bunch. As you can see, we have quite a bit of water. But it's gonna get warm this week. It's gonna be, I don't know what the temp's gonna be here, but back home it's gonna be in the 80s, upper 80s this week. But here it's probably not gonna get too, probably not even gonna make it into the 80s. But it might. So, did I just drop that fly in the water? Oh, it's right here, okay. I'm going to lose these flies yet. I was just thinking coming down here as well that it would probably be cool to, I could probably throw a dry dropper as well depending on how this works for me. But I already caught a fish, so I'm not super worried about it yet. I think I just got denied there, which is fine. It's good information. I think, no, that might be something else. Maybe I didn't get denied, I don't know. It's a beautiful little pocket here. When I'm brook trout fishing also, I'm always kind of, I'm gonna start on the back end, or closest to me, I should say. And I'm gonna constantly work up into the hole. I think one of the biggest mistakes that new anglers and even sometimes experienced anglers make is they try to go straight to the best part of the hole immediately, rather than kind of working their way into the pocket or into the hole. Now, one thing I'm noticing is I'm not catching a bunch of, I had that one fish eat immediately. I'm seeing a few smaller fish rise, but this isn't going, I've only caught that one fish and I haven't seen any other fish bump my fly or anything. I thought I did up here, but I think it was honestly, just a wave that had nothing to do with my fly. I might keep this on for a second, but if I don't start seeing fish pretty quickly with this fly, I might switch it pretty quickly. or try a dry dropper. I'm tempted to try a dry dropper in here, honestly. I know it seems crazy to switch so much off rip, but I should be catching more fish than this in here. This is a really good hole. Might be able to drop something off this fly even. It's just a risky biz. I don't know. I'll try a streamer real quick in here just to see if I roll anything on that. I only have one little weighted streamer right here. It's not ideal, but that way I don't have to try on a whole dropper rig at the first spot. Just something to throw in the water and see if any fish roll on it. If not, then I'll know that, like, hey, there's probably not anything active under the water anyway, so it won't matter. If I do roll something here on this streamer, then maybe they're not quite fully relating to dry flies right now. Also, if you're watching this video and you're like, please shut up, I promise there will probably be long stretches of this video where I don't say a word, so stay tuned for that. But right now I'm just trying to figure it out, and I'm kind of talking you guys through it. Okay. I'm just working this thing across here, just seeing if anything comes out and looks at it or not. So far, not really, honestly. So maybe that one fish was just what was active in this hole, which is totally possible. And it's not like that would make me upset. I just kind of think there's got to be more in here that I'm just not seeing, but at the same time, what do I know? Maybe this hole's not that good. I've never been here before. You'd think something would look at this though, wouldn't you? Maybe I spooked the fish out of this hole too. They might be spooky in this creek, man. I know a lot of people know about this creek. This is not necessarily a secret by any means. Alright. Try up in the spot here real quick. Oh my gosh! Did you guys see that? No, I lost him! Oh my gosh, that was nuts! That was a 10-inch fish too, I'd say. Good Lord, that fish would have eaten a freaking mouse the way he came out and smacked that. That was cool, man. That's a very specific spot though, man. That's where the big fish are gonna be, but that's also a spot that's like I'm looking at this next hole. This next hole does not have that in its, like, it doesn't exist in that next hole. So, might be something where I might just have to try dry flies when it sets up for it. And then just remember that a streamer might be the key for the bigger fish. Because this next hole is a dry fly hole, and I might have to walk a while before I find another hole like this. Because this hole's good because it's got, like, look at all this depth underneath this waterfall. It churns in here. I'm sure all this is undercut. And what happens is, I mean, my fly won't even come out of there. But what happens is these big brook trout sit up in here. And they just wait for something to get pushed over the falls, and then they eat it. So, yeah, it's honestly an incredible hole for this situation. So I shouldn't be shocked that a big one came out and ate, but I think we'll get many more chances of fish like that. I'm gonna switch back to just a dry fly for now, just until I kind of figure out what this creek is up. What's up with this creek? I'm gonna stick with my slightly larger dry fly, just run a bunch of water and see what happens. Actually, I could switch to a caddis. I got another caddis in here, and that's what worked. So maybe I'll put back on a caddis and then fish up a little stretch of this and just see what I see and see if I'm happy with how this is fishing or not. It's a little bit of goop on this fly though. Oops. All right, got the caddis. Let's move on up through this creek and see what we can find up here. Oh, come on now. Kind of surprised there's nothing in there, but this isn't a great hole, I guess. Oops. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Stop it. I might have to lengthen my leader if I'm being 100% honest with you. Or switch flies, because I feel like I should be getting more hits than I am. Not that I'm like specifically seeing fish that I think I should catch, but it's brook trout fishing. It's not rocket science. As you saw at the beginning, and I fished those 2 holes, it was like fairly easy for me to find success doing that. So now I'm starting to think I might need a dry dropper or something that's gonna like get down in front of the fish, because I feel like I should be catching them here. Might also have to lengthen my leader a little bit. Maybe they're a tad bit leader shy. You know, that's also a possibility. And a hole like this ought to have multiple brook trout hanging out in it. Although I'm not seeing any either, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's like kind of common sense there'd be one in there. So I'm thinking I might have to switch flies, even though elk caddis is like, oh, there's one. I just saw one. It spooked from my leader. Okay. Oh, multiple. Dang. Yeah, they ain't even looking up. Okay. Let's switch flies. I'm gonna lengthen my leader and switch flies here. Multiple brook trout in there, some good ones, and they're not looking up even remotely, which is like the kind of information you need. So I'm gonna sit down, figure this out, move on here in a minute when I'm done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have lengthened my leader and put on a dry dropper. For my dry fly, I have the famous stimulator. For the dropper, I just have like a pheasant tail style dropper. I wanted to put on something heavy enough to get down, but not so heavy that would sink my dry fly super quickly. I'm just gonna try it. I don't expect it to necessarily work in this hole, only because I've already fished this hole. Having said that, I'm gonna throw it in there just to see. But we'll pretty much just keep working up. See what happens. I don't even see any fish in there now. That's where it would eat though, if there was one. Yeah, they were all sitting up in there, but it doesn't take much to spook these fish, to be honest with you. That is not getting deep enough either. Oh well, it probably would have worked if that had been one of my first casts in there, but it's okay. We'll move on. Good information. All this is great information to have. So you won't hear me complaining. This is a crazy spot here. These fish are surprisingly picky, maybe is the word. Let's say picky, but like that's only telling part of the story. Just a lot of places for them to hide in a spot like this, or in a creek like this. And there doesn't seem to be so many that it's like all the fish have to eat if they're in here, you know? Like, this is a great spot, but unfortunately, just the way it sets up, I think it would be incredibly difficult to get it into where the fish are probably going to be. Just being honest. Like, that's not far enough in. Needs to be like in that little rock portion in there. I'm gonna try one more time, because it is a really good spot actually. Oh. Should at least try to get it in there. Well, I might get it on that tree limb, but there we go. That's the type of spot you need. Oh, I don't know if that sunk or not. I couldn't see. Whoops. It might have sunk right there. I'll try one more cast just in case it did. Ow. Are you serious? It's much harder to bow cast a dropper, and I freaking tried to and got stuck on myself. Which is not that hard to do, believe it or not. Alright, I'm just gonna go in the next hole. There's so much water in here, there's no point in like dwelling on a spot like this. Also somehow have like really hooked myself. There we go. Alright, I lied, I'm doing one more cast. Uh-oh, and I got stuck. That's what I get for doing one more cast, you know? Figures. Alright, now I'm getting it. You know what? Sometimes, like, you do a last cast and it works out and you're like, oh my gosh, great. And then other times you do a last cast and it's just a cast that gets stuck and you wonder, like, why do I do this to myself? Anyways, after I get this, I'm gonna get on out of here and go up to the next hole and see if I get lucky up here somewhere. I'd hate to know how big of a fish was sitting in this log jam, though. Oh my gosh, big fish ate the dry fly. Looked like a big fish. I thought I could see its jaw open up almost. Figures. Switch it up, fish immediately eats the dry fly. It's the most John thing ever. trying to make a longer cast in here, just because sometimes a longer cast is what you need to catch a fish, and it works, sort of. Of course, I missed the fish, so we'll never know like what it was. Or oh, it ate again, just in that one lane right there. I wish it would eat the nymph. That's the spot. It's actually on this inside seam here. Incredibly difficult spot to catch a fish though, because my line doesn't want to actually float down that very well. Didn't seem as big to me that time though, if I'm being honest. Man, that swirl is a son of a biscuit. Not much I can do about it either. I could do this and then roll it, but that's it. That's as good as I could do right there. Realistically, the biggest fish should have been back. The biggest feeding fish should have been back in there. Actually, where it was makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually. Oh well. A long cast, and I trotted a fish, so I'm not too upset with that. We'll keep moving. See what we come up with. I have room behind me, and as long as I have room behind me, I'm going to try to make some long casts up here, because clearly, or I think on that last fish, being back away from it might have actually helped me. There's a crazy spot here off that tree right there, but I got stuck on something. Oof. There we go. That'll run a little better. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good fish. On the nymph. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Not a giant, but a good fish. Especially considering I haven't caught a ton in the last couple spots. Come here, buddy. That's a good one. Probably 6 to 8 incher. On the nymph, we'll take that. That's proof of life for the nymph. Popped off in the net, just like you like to see. Stop it, buddy. Healthy, perfect brook trout. Thanks, buddy. Okay, so that's cool. So the nymph will work. I just cast it up. It was a long cast, and I kind of purposely hit that little slack pocket there and just let it sit there. And then my indicator went down. So that's pretty sweet. Of course, my line is tangled in a stick, because why wouldn't it be, man? We're fly fishing. There we go. All right. Try this a little bit more. I'm still stuck on the stick somehow. I've gotten re-stuck on the stick after throwing it behind me. Alrighty. See if there's anything else in there that wants to play. That's the problem with this long leader. It's hard to get it to lay in the same general spot as your rest of your fly. I think that's going to do it for this hole, because I did fight that fish through this whole thing. Unless there's something up in the white water, which I doubt there is. Haven't really seen many fish in that type of pocket today. Oh, there was one there. I stand corrected. Try it one more time. Oh, might have been a fish in there. This leader's just a tad bit long. It doesn't want to lay out quite right. It's okay though. Not a big deal. we shall keep moving. There's another hole right here that sets up well for me to make a long cast at, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm assuming the biggest fish is gonna be near the bank. It's super undercut there. I have no way of proving that. It's just my gut feeling, like that type of cast there. That's where I'd be if I was a fish. Either that or up in the hole itself. May not even be one in there. Let me rephrase that. There's one in there. There may not be one in there that wants to eat. Or it might just be like in the log. Like that might be the cast. It's a little surprising there. To be honest with you, that's a little surprising. Because my gosh, look at that spot. Look how like, look at that. Surely there's a brook trout in there that wants to play. My gosh. Tell me there's nothing on that bank. Yeah, right. You're telling me there's not a single... Oh, there we go. Nymph eater. I'm surprised that fish stayed hooked, to be honest with you. I know there's big fish in here, folks. Should be, at least. Boy, that's a pretty one. It's a really pretty fish. Thanks, buddy. I believe there should be big fish in this hole, or this creek. Let me rephrase. Let me say. Let me rephrase that, you dig? Should be big fish in this creek. I've never personally seen them, but you'd think they'd be in here. And so far, it hasn't really gone that way for me. I've seen some fish, but nothing super crazy large or anything, but it's also just probably not the right time of year for the super big fish to be out. We're at the end of June, so we're just after like the major hatch season. All of my biggest brook trout I've caught are either in June or September, maybe very beginning October sometimes, but it's not usually a July, August, although it's a lot of times when people brook trout fish. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it as long as the water temps are good. I don't typically see my biggest fish that time of year. Anyways, I'm gonna keep moving. Looks like the creek splits here for a second, so we'll go up above this and then see if we can't figure something out. Whoa. There it is. Oh. What the heck? Are you serious? Can I please? Do I even have the fly on there again? Are you... This has got to be a joke. Like, boom. Roll cast for the win. I don't know that there's a fish there anyways. It just looked like such a good spot. And all I really did was get super frustrated with myself. And then I got stuck a couple times. And yeah, is there a brook trout in that log? Absolutely. Am I going to catch him? Absolutely not. Looks like there's a little beaver doing his thing here. somewhere, which is cool. Looks like a good spot for me to spook a fish, not a good spot for me to catch one. Too flat. They're really eating dry flies. I probably could catch one here, but the way this looks, I mean, the fish is going to be sitting right in here, and I can't even really cast that until I'm here dang near, which I can tell you for almost 100% fact is too close. But I will make a cast in there anyways, and then we'll just walk up through it and see what we spook. Probably not anything, because it's probably already spooked. Welcome back to another episode of How Many Fish Can I Spook Adventures. Oh yeah, that looks real good actually. It's the one in the higher. Whoa, there's a big brookie in there, folks. 10, 12 incher, hard to tell. Big in though. He actually didn't spook until I got on top of him, but he also didn't eat the fly that I threw in there, so odds weren't high for me there. It's a very not surprising spot for a big fish to be though. It's a pretty big hole here, and on top of that, he's underneath the biggest piece of cover in a pretty big hole. So yeah, not a shocker. I would say live and you learn, but I kind of already knew that. Didn't really learn much there. I'd love to be able to cast just a little bit further in there, but this leader does not want to. There we go. Probably already spooked those fish too, to be honest with you. This next hole's up here is my next chance. Now there hopefully will be a time at some point up and through here where I get to the point where I can, oops, stuck again, where I can just throw only a dry fly again and they'll eat it. It is still it's probably 10:30 now. Oops. Ah, stand on my line, boy. What a cast. Oh, oh! Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a big fish too, dude. My gosh. Maybe I should just have on a dry fly, because that thing ate the dry fly twice. Yep. And they're not eating the nymph too, which is a telltale sign. Oh, I think a fish actually just ate the nymph there, but. Oh, I had fish eat the nymph and I was too late. Slow as molasses. Oh man, maybe I should put on a dry fly, dude. That was brutal. It was a nice fish too. And he wasn't like a 30, but he was a good one. Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. That blows. Alright, maybe I do need to just put on a dry fly. I don't freaking know. Oops, that's no good. I want to get one up in that log real quick though. That's not good enough. I think my bottom fly had something on it. It does. Oh, came off. Cool. It's close, man. Must be just a little bit of wind there. It's kind of stopping me from getting it in there, really. That's better. Ah. This leader's not wanting to lay out. It's not a bad cast. It's not what I wanted. There's also a nice fish in here that was eating a dry fly and I just didn't catch him, which, you know, not my best move. So I might just have to switch to a dry fly that's a little bit more kind to catching fish. What I mean by that is just a slightly smaller one maybe. Oop. Oh, I got hit. Slightly smaller dry fly maybe. Something that's just a little bit more likely to have a fish fully engulf it. Because that fish was probably close to 10 inches. Probably would have been my biggest of the day, and it just like beach balled it. Not an ideal situation. But we'll keep moving, see what else we find up in here. Ooh. I just got denied right there. By a decent fish too, in fact. Huh. Kind of a weird little pocket for one to be sitting in. This hole up here looks good. I'm tempted to switch to just a dry fly. If I get one more dry fly eat or roll without an nymph eat, I'm gonna switch. This is pretty normal for brook trout streams, at least in the morning, to be almost exclusively nymphy slash streamery, and then as it goes on, kind of smooth to dry fly type moments. So if that's the case, I don't want to like mess up on some possible big fish, all just because I'm being stubborn, you know? So that's what I'm thinking. That's what my beef is right now. I'm gonna let this hole tell me though, because this is a great hole. There should be at least a fish in there. If I don't get anything on either, I'll know it's time to move on. Really? Wow. It's shocking. Maybe this isn't the greatest hole, but boy, it looks it. Like that should just be getting popped. Or at least the nymph eating, surely. Look at that. Give me a reward for that. My gosh, what a spot. Not even a fish rolling on it. Actually, I can't see that. Could be. Doesn't mean I'd see it. There's now I hit the tree, so I may not have anything to eat the rest of the time. Got bugs crawling all over me. And I've actually just screwed it up, probably. I think I broke the nymph off. Which is fine, because that's probably what I was going to do anyways. Take that, world. There's a fish in there though, so that's kind of annoying. Like, dude, look at this spot. Tell me there's not a fish in this hole. Got a leaf on it now. Alright, I'm gonna switch to a smaller dry fly caddis again, and then just fish through from here up. I just think that they weren't going to eat the nymph, and this dry fly is a little bit on the big side, in my opinion, for like what I want to be doing in a creek like this time of year. Lots of really small flies coming off, so it sets itself up well for a little bit smaller presentation, like a caddis or something. Actually, let me throw this little bugger. This little parachute Adams. One of the greatest flies ever created. Dry flies, at least, in my opinion. Try this guy for a little bit. great. At all. Funny as shit. How long did that last? Alright guys, I have already lost my floating. Took me 30 minutes, an hour, something like that, to lose all my floating. I don't know where it is. I dropped it somewhere. I'm not going to even pretend to go back and look for it. So that's super exciting. I also wanted to say that if you guys have noticed, or if you're taking notes, you've realized that, or if you just paid attention I should say, you've noticed that on some of the really big holes, I haven't had a ton of luck. Most of the luck I've had, just both catching fish and seeing fish, have been in some of the smaller pockets. And I notice that happens a lot in creeks with some slightly larger fish, because the bigger fish will occupy those big holes. And much like brown trout and bull trout, brook trout are very territorial. They're very aggressive. So if there's a really big brook trout in a hole, it doesn't even have to be really big. If there's a 12-inch brook trout in a hole, he runs that joint. And a lot of times you'll notice that there won't be a ton of other fish in the hole. Not all the time, but sometimes. So I'm now starting to wonder if maybe there aren't some really big fish in this creek that are just managing to avoid eating my fly, which is really not that difficult. And that's why I'm not catching fish in all these other pockets that you'd think would be slam dunks and are not being slam dunks, that's for sure. Anyways, let's keep moving. I see a hole up here, so we'll hop up here and see what we can do. So we have a log jam. Not that one. There's probably a fish over there, but that is an incredibly tough pocket to hit. Anyways, this hole here is a log jam. There's always fish in log jams. The problem does slightly become that, like, some of these holes, if the fish can, they'll get like actually up in the log jam, which makes catching them impossible. And this might be one of those holes. It's kind of looking like it. It's kind of shallow everywhere but in the log jam. It's kind of a dead giveaway. Plus I got stuck, so you'll have that on these big jobs. Anyways, I'm just gonna probably just keep moving, not worry about it too much. Oh yeah. I can say I don't always fish this type of pocket, but it looked good enough. I figured I'd give it a shot. First fish on the new dry fly, and wow, what a fish that is. Good gracious, the colors on that thing are nuts. Thanks for eating, little buddy. He took off like his life depended on it. He probably thinks it did. It does, whatever. Anyways, let's keep moving. Good sign though for this dry fly. I think that's the first like real pocket I've fished with it. So, can't be a bad thing, you know. There's one other little side pocket on that other side right there. Okay, nothing. Cool. A fish out of there. Probably more than one in there, but you can't catch a fish, or you don't catch every fish in every hole. There might be one in there too. I'm not super concerned about it. I'm kinda looking for another big hole to try to find a slightly more sizable fish if I can. At least that's my plan or idea. So I'm gonna walk up here and see what I can find. Beautiful creek, by the way, though. I'm sure there's some bigger fish in here. I don't know how big they get in here, but I'm sure there's some nice ones. It's part of the reason I'm moving somewhat quickly, just to kind of move through and see if I can figure out if there's anything more impressive in here somewhere. We'll see. Oh yeah. Smaller dry fly definitely increases your catch rate. I've gone through stages where I've used big dry flies, and I always find my way back to using smaller flies when I'm brook trout fishing, because your catch rate just increases so much, in my opinion. Like that fish, if I'd had on that stimulator, I would not have caught it. And you could argue, well, like, it depends on what you're looking for, because maybe you don't want to catch that fish, but fish catch is a fish catch, that's for sure. I don't know where that fly went. Oh, oh my gosh, one ate it. It went subsurface and one ate it. See if it comes back for it. Nope. That sucks. I don't think it was, really honestly, I don't think it was much bigger than the one I just caught, but. Oh, that was a little fish. All right, let's move up. That's a good fish. Not a giant. Thought it was bigger, actually. To be honest with you. When it first hit and turned, it didn't move very much. But then when he did start moving, I realized he was not the behemoth I was hoping he was. Thanks, buddy. Gonna bomb one to the top of this. I think some of these holes like this are not bad holes. I don't think the biggest fish are super active right now. Oh, another one. Dang, that thing flew out of the water when I hooked that one. It's like the same size as that other one. That he flew out of the water like I had hooked a tarpon. Another gorgeous brook trout. Thanks, buddy. Oops. Alrighty, we'll take it. Let's go on to the next hole. Oh, whoa, we're stuck on a rock now. Trying to keep my dry fly dryish. That's why I'm walking up this hole like this. I'm gonna hold my line and not get stuck on something. This is another little pocket here that I guarantee I'll catch one if I can cast in there with a dry fly. All right, let's launch one up there and see what happens. Wanna be kind of up in there a little bit further. good enough either. There we go. Surprised that didn't get eaten. Uh-oh. Whoa. I don't even know where that is. Yes, I do. A little surprised this isn't getting eaten, but I don't think this hole's actually very deep. So I might just walk up through this and be done with it. The next hole looks maybe better than this one, actually. Oh, there was a brook trout. He's further back in the hole and I spooked him. That's fine. We'll still go to the next one. Number next one, as one of my buddies says. Dang. Oh. Ah. Got denied by a little one, it looked like. Not really worth my time to try to catch him or care that much. That's the spot right there. Yep, knew it. Little fella, but I knew that's where the fish would probably be. What's up, big dog? Oh, came off. My bad, fella. We'll reel up, go over this. Looks like we gotta walk up a little ways before we get to another spot. However, it does look like, to my delight, we have a little bit of a railroad grade starting here. So although I don't think there's actually technically a trail on this creek, we will take what we can get. All right, this looks like a good hole here. Hopefully I'll catch a couple fish in this spot. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Good fish ate at the very back end. Kind of surprising. There's gotta be one fish in here that's gonna eat this, other than that one at the very back end of the hole. Unless that fish like ate spooked and spooked a bunch of fish in the hole, which is 100% possible. I've seen crazier things happen. That's the spot. Good Lord. That's where Big Papa would live, if there was such thing as a Big Papa. No way! That's shocking. That, my friends, is shocking. Seriously, nothing eats that? I must have spooked them with that fish back here. There's no other explanation. Now, I know this isn't like the deepest hole, but it's flat. Should have multiple fish. The fact that nothing's eating that is embarrassing. Guarantee you I spook a bunch of fish up through here. Watch this. Actually, you won't be able to see it. I will. Yeah. You know. Nothing there? That's crazy. Not even like a little fish? It's nuts. I knew there'd be a little fish in that little pocket. But down there, nothing. See, that makes zero sense. I'm telling you, there's some big fish in here that just aren't playing. Which, you know, you'll have that. Thanks, buddy. Like this stupid pocket here. I don't even know where my fly is. Great. I think my fly has officially bit the dust. Oh, now I'm got stuck, so it probably really bit the dust. Yep. Well, I was about to switch anyways, so. Or I was about to have to switch anyways. All right, guys. I throw on an elk hair caddis just to be different and to see if it matters. It's a fun little test. It'll either not matter at all and the fish will eat regardless, or I will catch nothing for a while. Nope, I've already had one eat. A little guy, but I already had one eat. So we can officially say that it may not matter. Might just have to fish up through here and see what happens. It's a slightly larger fly than what I was throwing, so that might weed out some of the tiny fish, which I'm cool with. But it's not so big that I'm gonna have a 10-inch or beach ball it either. So, oop, I just saw a fish eat a dry fly right there, I think. It was hard to see, but it looked like a rise. If it was, it didn't eat that. Could have not been a rise though, seriously. I don't think it was a rise. Oh, yep, it was a rise. And there's the fish. I thought I got in there, or close enough to it, but apparently I didn't. It definitely rose riser. It literally ate this fly in the exact spot that it did, you know, the first cast in it. Like, dang near swallowed the thing too. Sorry, buddy. Didn't mean to mess with you. Well, I did, but... Oh, he's bleeding a little bit because I got some blood on my flaw. Must have hooked him in the tongue. Hate doing that. Not that I have a choice in it, but... Alright, let's keep moving. I will say too, with that fish, he wanted it in a very specific spot. I made a cast that I thought was decent, but the fish ignored it. And it wasn't until I got it in like the exact run that the fish was hanging out in that he ate. So I don't know if that'll matter in the long run, but it's another thing to note away in the old brain. Let's keep going. Well, looks like there's a hole there and a hole right up there that I should turn around and go fish. I was gonna walk up the creek a little bit, but I pretty quickly ran into a spot that I think is worth hitting for me. So I'm gonna hop down here somewhere, maybe. See if I can't catch a fish in there. Probably right here. This looks really good here. I ought to be able to catch a fish in here. Oh, there we go. Not a big one, man. Lots of fish. I'm liking the looks of this creek. I know there's got to be bigger fish in here than what I'm seeing. But at the same time, the size of fish, at least right in here, is not super impressive yet. I'll fish it for another hour or so though, and then I might move to go to a couple different locations just for funsies, because why not? Oh my gosh, that was a crazy quick eat. I saw the fish eat and swim to the left before I even reacted to the hit. Just funny. A little pillow right. Oh yeah, that's the bigger fish right there. Yes, that's what we've been looking for. Not a giant, but way bigger than these last handful of fish I've been catching. What's up, buddy? Thanks, dude. Hey, that's a fish that's actually like 6 inches long. I mean, the first fish I hooked in the very first hole on that streamer is probably the biggest fish I've hooked today, which just honestly just shows that they're in here. And that for whatever reason, like either this particular day or this stretch of creek or whatever, something about this creek or about this spot right now, right here, is not lining itself up for the super big fish to be active. There's no crazy hatches coming off, which is part of it, but the good news is the creek is fishing decently well. I'm catching fish now. The higher I get up in here, I'm starting to catch fish in all the places, you know, you'd be like, oh, I better catch a brook trout here or I'm gonna be in trouble. And I'm catching fish in all those places, so can't complain. Just gonna keep moving. Maybe I'll catch a bigger one up in here somewhere. If not, as I said, I'll move creeks. Got plenty of water to mess around with, that's for sure. Spooked a little one right there. He's sitting literally right here in front of me. It's okay, I'm not super worried about him. However, that next pocket, sure there's something in there worth of crap. Oh gosh, dude, he broke me. No way. To be honest with you, he was fighting really hard, but he didn't look super big. And the dang thing broke me off. So he's just getting kind of old. And I wonder if he didn't just tick me on a rock somewhere down there, which kind of what it feels like it happened. It didn't break on the knot or anything, so it's just unlucky, I'd say. So, I threw this is like a sulfur, it's a Parachute Adams, but it's yellow, it's supposed to be a sulfur, because I literally, as I was retying, saw one sulfur flying through the air. And since these brook trout are super opportunistic, I would actually assume that they'd probably eat it pretty readily, easily. If it comes up and gives them a chance, that's for sure. I'm annoyed that I lost that fish, just because you don't like losing brook trout, because now that fish has a hook in its mouth. Having said that, not a whole lot I can do about it. You'll lose fish occasionally. I am using 6X as well, which, you know, I do because especially when these creeks that probably get a little bit more pressure, they, I think the fish do pay a little bit of attention to that. Earlier on in the day, I had a pretty short leader, and I casted in and watched a bunch of fish kind of move out of the way as I casted. I don't think that happens all the time, but I think that you have to be cognizant of that. So I put on a little bit longer leader and lengthened it and put 6X on, and I lost a fish because of it. Granted, that's one fish out of probably a dozen that I've caught, but yeah, still worth mentioning. It does happen. It's a reality even when you're catching little brook trout, because there's so many things, like your line gets nicked on a bunch of different things, and then you just, you know, unfortunately end up losing fish occasionally. There's a hole right here. It's not like a crazy hole. It's actually got a little bit of depth to it. I'm gonna try to sneak up here and get a bow cast in here. Ow! Not hook myself, eh? Nothing. Wow, that's shocking. Huh. Nothing here apparently. A little bit surprising, but whatever. We'll be alright. Keep moving. Kind of a hard spot to fish, and I probably spooked the fish before I got up here to get to a good spot to cast it, but definitely deep enough for some bigger fish. Okay. Let's get up here and see if we can't find a spot to get another fish or two. Whoa. That rock moved. This is a crazy spot. Unfortunately, probably not going to catch anything here. Probably going to end up getting stuck and getting ticked off, but it is a crazy spot. You don't even actually see anything. It's just such a good hole. Problem with a hole like this is it is deep. This backside is very still. Would not be shocked if there's a big one in here. I don't see anything very big, having said that. I don't specifically see a fish at all. So I might just launch a cast up here. The fish might be sitting up in the feeding lanes rather than sitting back here. There might be one. I see one fish in there. Yep. See one. It's hanging out. It's not even that big, honestly. There's a fish, though. Surprisingly not spooked from me. But I'm going to try to hit there in the middle somewhere. And just hope. Oops. What was that? Just hope that something wants to play ball. Whew. I think I gotta get closer to the cover, actually. That's not good enough. Oh, big brook trout spooked. That sucks. Oh, giant brook trout. Oh, there they go. Good Lord. Oh, there's so many huge brook trout. Holy cow. Look at them go. Oh, there's like a 12-incher. Saw two fish that might have been 12 inches right there. I mean, there's so many big fish in there that when they came out, they all spooked and they ruffled up the... Oh, I just saw a big fish rise. Or a fish rise. Probably has no idea what's going on in the back end of this hole. I don't know that fish or that... I think this fly's messed up. Oh, I see a brook trout now. I think it's because they're spooked out of here, but I do see a halfway decent, several nice brook trout actually now. They're sitting out in the middle of the hole now, which is interesting. There's some big fish in here though, real big fish. Now they're sitting out, hilariously. Before they weren't sitting out, now they're sitting out where I can see them. But I know they're spooked. Oop. And that's really gonna spook them. Actually, yep, there they go. Oh my gosh, there's like freaking 20 brook trout. Maybe more. I mean, I haven't seen, I mean, that's just nuts. 20 freaking brook trout. or more. And a couple giants. Thanks, buddy. Good gosh. There were like 2 brook trout in there that were 12 for sure. They might even been bigger than 12, honestly. It's hard to judge it in a hole like this. I still see one of them that looks big. He's not gonna eat though. I mean, I can never be too positive, but I don't think that fish is gonna eat. And I think it just broke off. Great. Come on, guys. I gotta try a streamer here just briefly. Especially since I saw all those big fish. It's like, dude, oh my gosh, there's a big one already. He's not eating this. He's just swimming for funsies. Look at them all. It's like as soon as you make a cast, like I casted this streamer in there, they immediately all just started swimming out like they were spooking. Not like in a way that they're about to eat, like in a way that's like, oh, we gotta run. There's an evil monster trying to get us, you know, the usual. That's crazy. All right, so that's not gonna work. I think my best bet is to put this streamer back away, throw in another dry fly, and keep going. Just have to remember where this hole is, because it's one of those holes that probably could catch some really big fish in here, especially in the right time of year and or just in general. Come back here at night, baby. Ooh la la. Probably won't want to see what this place looks like at night. But it's probably scary. Alright guys, let's keep it moving. I'm gonna make a few casts up on the upper end of this. I think that's just the place that I'm actually... Oh my gosh. Another really good fish came out of there. Look at him. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, to be honest with you, because it's just so... Creek is probably not nearly as easy to see into. It's literally muddy underneath there now though, because of the amount of fish spooking out of this. Seriously, because of the amount of fish spooking out of this underneath this tree, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Oop, and there's another one. He was way up there. My gosh. What's up, buddy? I'm gonna pull you down here purely so I don't spook the rest of the hole. Whoa! Almost ate it. Hey, buddy. You're a pretty fella, ain't you? Gorgeous brookie. Okay, next spot. Whoa! Oh my gosh, almost died. Let's get, ooh, there's fish rising everywhere in this upper pocket here. Didn't see anything big, but lots of fish moving around, looks like. I'll get another fish in here. Yep. There must be a bunch up there too. This hole is loaded with brook trout. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. There's some big ones in here too, but they're all sitting underneath that log right there. What a pretty stinking fish, my gosh. Those are the most beautiful fish on earth, and I'll stand by it. As I said, there's probably 20 to 30 fish just in this hole back here alone. Several of which that were pretty big. So it doesn't surprise me that there's probably the active, super active feeding fish are probably up in here a little bit more. Oh, just saw another rise up here. But I'll catch one off that stick. or get stuck on the stick. Yikes. Maybe if my fly was floating. Fortunately, I've already lost my floating, so. Yep. Oh! There's so many fish in there, that's so funny. Oops. Oh yeah. Ay, 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 I knew that was gonna happen. I still did it again. Sometimes you're just not smart, Jonathan. God, that's infuriating. I'm running out of flies. I can't keep doing that. I literally just, I mean, you guys could see it in the video. I'm looking right here, actually. No, I thought there was boot prints. It's just my prints at a deer track. But I literally looked back, saw that, because I almost got stuck on it, and then proceeded to still get stuck on it. It's like I'm playing a game of like, how many flies can I lose now after not losing one for an hour. Typical John behavior. Try this ant fly because I really do not think it matters what I throw. First cast with the ant, if I'm recording. Oh, came off. Wasn't very big. There's a better one. Missed it. Oh, got that one. And then lost him too. There must be a boatload of fish in this pocket. I mean, my gosh. Seriously. Oh, that's a little bit better one. Lost him again. Do I have a hook on this fly? I genuinely may not have a hook on this fly. If I lose this fish, I don't have a hook on this fly. Okay, I do have a hook on the fly. That's pretty exciting news for the Hardman Fishing Adventures community. Because I just lost like 14 in a row right there. Golly, dude. Here's your Instagram photo. Quick flick for the gram. Oh, fishy, no. Oh. He popped himself off. What is up with this hook, by the way? Oh, it's barbless. Great. Love when I throw in a barbless hook. Sure that's not going to come into play at any point. You think I catch more here? Probably. We'll see. Bet I'll catch another one right here somewhere. There it is. I do like barbless hooks. But dry fly, barbless, small fish, good luck. That's another pretty one though. Thanks, buddy. Wonder how many fish you can catch in a pocket like this before they're finally like, wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't eat everything that comes down this current line. Especially when it's not even floating, like. I knew there'd be one up in there. What up, what up? I mean, how many fish have I caught in this pocket? For real. I mean, this hole has been insane. Another pretty one. There's so many big fish, bigger fish in here too. It's a crazy thing. If you guys could see what's going on down in there, you'd probably pass out. But right now, this time of day, this time of year, This is where the fish are going to be right here. At least the feeding ones are going to be up in this faster white water. You're going to catch a bunch of them. Oh, that's a bigger one. Oh no, that was a good one. Dang, that was a good one. Yes, sir. That's the fish you want right there. He's on that other side, actually. On that other side. You'll have that on those big jaws, man. There must be like, genuinely, I got denied on that one. There must be genuinely like 100 fish in this hole. Oh, that's a big one, dude. Yes, that's a big one. I don't want to lose that one. It's the biggest one yet. Oh, he's so pretty too. Oh my gosh, there's big fish in it. Come here. Do not come off. He probably will pop off. Watch this. Watch this fish pop, folks. Never mind. Holy. It's fish of the day right there. And all because I'm too stubborn to move on. I just keep casting this hole. I mean, there must be literally 100 fish in this hole. I mean, it's a great hole, so I see why. And this fish is just nuts. The color on this sucker make a grown man cry. At least I would cry about it. Let me take a peek at you, dude. Biggest fish of the day, and you got the colors to boot. Stop it. Would you stop for 1 second? Oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Holy cow! Okay, I got to get a picture of that guy. Good Lord. Great. Great. One recording for it. Super sick, dude. Super sick. Gosh, that drives me up the wall sometimes. Alright, whatever. Saw another fish rise right over here by that log. Oh, he's picky now, is he? Not shocked. Not shocked. Oh, got another one. How many fish have I caught in this hole? Seriously. I mean, is somebody like counting? I'm definitely not going to count. That's another real nice fish. I mean, I've caught a lot of dinks today, but that fish is, I mean, the colors on them, everything about it is cool. Dude, if I was a camping man, which I am, I'd camp right on this hole. You know what I'd do? I'd wake up every... Oh, well, that's not true. I would wake up in the middle of the night at least once and bust a dry fly, or not a dry fly, like a mouse across this hole, and just see what happened. Because, I mean, dude, it's crazy how many fish are sitting in this pocket. It's genuinely insane. I mean, it's actually getting to the point where I'm shocked when I cast like in a spot like that and I don't get eaten. Shouldn't be surprised because I've caught like 50 fish in here, but maybe it's time to start moving on, eh? Just fine with me. I need to move on, to be honest with you. Alrighty. Well, shoot. Guess I'll move on finally. After infinite fish. I could sit here and catch fish all day probably. I could probably switch flies and catch them, but I want to see what's up around the corner, you know? As I said, not really fished this creek much, so it's fun to like come up here and be like, yeah, what's around the corner, you know? I now have a hole that has some big fish in it, good cover, but I mean, to be honest with you, although that's a great hole, there's probably a bunch of other holes that are just as good up in here that if I keep fishing I'll probably find. So as good as the hole is, you kind of got to keep moving because you just never know where like that spot where you're just going to catch the donkey is going to be. Could be super close by. Could be nowhere near you. Oh, and I'm stuck. Great. Super sick, dude. Okay, this hole was kind of not that great. I mean, it is great because it's got cover, but I'm not super worried about it. Let's keep moving. So I saw a wake from a brook trout, I think. Then immediately saw fish rise up here. So there are fish in this hole. I'm just going to have to make a really long cast if I want a shot at catching them. That's what I'm going to do. Probably some decent ones in there. If I was a betting man. Gosh, there's a huge hole above this too. Oops, spooked it. Great. Oh, he's sitting way back, dude. Wow. I wonder why he was sitting so far back. Kind of crazy, no? To sit that far back in a hole. Well, it sucks. Oh well. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. Launch one over there while I can, eh? It's actually a really good hole above that too. That's probably the spot that I really want to be. Good luck freaking casting it though. My lord. Like, seriously, where that fish was, you never would have guessed it. Not next to a pocket, nothing. The one I spooked on me. Alright, let's get this one up here. Definitely going to be a fish in this big hole, but there's probably one somewhere against this log. Oh, I saw one eat a dry fly and then immediately got stuck on a leaf. Oh, now a rock. And a leaf, and a rock, and a leaf. Let that roll in there for a second, just see what happens. I mean, there's probably one in there. I probably spooked it. So I'm probably going to have to go for this next fish. Which... that should catch him. Oh, he denied it and spooked, dude. That's incredible. It was a big one, too. That was a nice fish. Denying it and spooking is crazy work. Maybe I need to lengthen my leader again or something. I don't know. So many fish just ate this fly though, so it's kind of one of those things where I don't say want to switch it. Oh, another fish just spooked. Spooking them, baby. Like a true professional. Oh, that was a kind of a crazy eat, no? Another one came running down, flying down, swimming down, whatever. Alright, let's try this hole. Oops. I actually have to stand to the right here, so I have a spot to launch a cast. Oh my gosh, that's a big fish. And there's a bunch of fish there I didn't even see. That's crazy. It's not a giant, but that's a nice one. Dude, there were like 6 fish this size in there that I didn't see. As soon as that fly hit the water, they all converged on it, and this one just happened to eat it. He's not like, as I said, he's not gonna break a world record, or even a personal record, or even the record for the day. But my gosh, that's a good brook trout anywhere in the country. Okay, that's not true. If I was in Maine, I'd be like, get this off my hook. But here, dude, it's a good freaking fish, man. It's a great brook trout. There's a bunch of them there too. Oh, there's 2 big holes back to back. Dude, someone write this down as a spot, because it's not too far above that hole down there where I just caught like 100 fish. Got this hole which has some nice ones in it. I think they spooked after that last cast, but that was a crazy moment. That was funny too, because like last second there, As I was casting, I was like, I should make a cast in the back end of the hole because I just spooked those fish in that last one. I was like, I should cast in the back end of this hole. As soon as I did that, a bunch of fish converged on it. And a nice one ate it. So it's like, pay attention to your surroundings. So many people want to blow up to the front of the hole. And that's really not the best option many times. I have a feeling now, though, most of the fish are going to be up just a tad bit further. Ooh, that was a good one, too. That wasn't like a record breaker. It was probably one of those other fish I spooked, I'd guess. Oh, big fish denied me. I might have to switch flies or something. And by big, I mean it was bigger than the fish I caught, but not like a giant brook trout or something. Oh, got that one. That was not nearly as big as the one that just denied me, though. It's hard to switch, though, because that could have just been one of the original fish that it like spooked from my first cast in there when I caught that other one. So it's like, you know, it may not even be the fly. It might just be because that fish is already kind of halfway spooked. That fly is sinking like you wouldn't believe. I think it got hit too. Oh, oh my gosh, it ate it swimming it in. I was stripping the fly in like a wet fly, and I saw this fish rolling on it, so I paused it for a second, and it actually ate. Well, now the fishing is just getting stupid in here. I'm not gonna say I struggled to start off, but I don't know how long we are into this video, but if you were watching the beginning part, you might have been like, dude, this dude's fishing a creek that ain't even worth his time. Now all of a sudden I'm like catching so many fish I don't even know what to do. Nothing super big yet, as I said, but I mean, heck, dude. This is a great spot where it's like another creek's coming in too, which I'm just kind of realizing now that there's another trib coming in here. The trib might be good. Oop, finally got stuck on that tree limb. Surprised it took that long. Anyways, my point being is that got a lot of stuff going for this hole that might be making it as good as it is. Of course, the last hole was this good too. Oh, one of the fish I caught right there. Yep. Oh, dude, I knew that as soon as that fish hit, or as soon as that fly hit the water, I was like, that fish is gonna, there's a fish gonna get caught there. Man, these fish are already orange. It's June still, and these fish are already looking orange as crap. Wow, that fish is so pretty, man. Chill for a second, buddy. I want to get a picture of you if I can. 'Cause that fish is just nuts. Thanks, buddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm letting you go. Sorry for that. Thanks, buddy. See you, buddy. They're going down. It's amazing how they'll wedge themselves underneath rocks you don't think they can get into. You can see one of the ones I caught is sitting under this rock. It's wedged itself in there. It's just cool. This is turning into a regular sleigh fest. Seriously, it's kind of nuts. Oops, there it is. I knew I was eventually going to get stuck in one of those things. Are they learning? Might be. I'll try to get to the left further if I can. There we go. Oh, he broke me. It's because I pulled it off of that freaking tree. Sometimes I'm dumber than literally anything. At least that's a barbless freaking hook, so he'll probably be gone by the end of within 5 minutes, but I'm gonna lengthen this just a little bit again. And then put on another fly and keep fishing, baby, because it's getting good. Oops. Alright, got a new fly on. After much ado. I need to start checking my, after I get stuck on something, I need to start checking my fly, because that's 100% why that fish broke me. It shouldn't just randomly break me for any other reason, if that makes sense. Fortunately, usually when that happens, like the fish kind of goes nuts and tries to get rid of the lure, fly, whatever. And what that means is that chances of me catching another fish in there are not super high. But you know I'm gonna still cast it. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks like such a good fish, dude. What did I get stuck on myself? Try that again. That fish may not have known what happened, to be honest with you. It's not great. Need to get a little bit more in the middle, I think. It's close. Ooh, that one got eaten. Nice fish too. Decent one at least. Not a giant. We'll take it. It's for sure we'll take it. What's up, buddy? Oops. Come on, let me hold you real quick. I'm just gonna pop you and let you roll. Gorgeous fish. Every one of these fish is pretty. Sorry for messing with you, man. Sorry for messing with you. You are the king. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Can I get the fly line out of the end of my line? Oh, the rod, you think that'd be cool? I'm delirious. That fly sunk as soon as it hit the water. So it'd be nice if I had floating, wouldn't it? It'd be pretty sweet, I'd say. Oh, it's such a good pocket. Might put on a bigger fly just so it floats. Seriously. I mean, I don't even know where that fly went. Oh, that was actually in a great spot. Didn't see it. I see it. No, I don't. I lost it again. Alright, I have a feeling this hole's one of those holes that has like, oh my gosh, there's a giant. I mean, 12-inch fish probably. You tell me if you consider that a giant or not. See what else I see in here. 12-incher. Okay. Dude, that creek right there, low-key, would probably be fire one to try. I actually wouldn't mind trying it, but it's not why I came here today. Ooh, now I get flat rocks. This is gonna suck or be good. Probably gonna suck most of the time. If you have a good hole, it's gonna be fun. I didn't even float, dude. It's enough to drive a man insane. Like, I wish the fly would float. Heck yeah, thanks for floating, finally. Ugh. I didn't make it. There's probably fish in this hole, but this is one of those holes that isn't that good. All the fish are going to be in that last hole. There's probably one up in there somewhere that I'm not going to care enough to try to catch. Alright. Let's keep moving. I marked this spot down on my trout routes because there's two back-to-back insane holes where I bet fish will stage even in the fall. If I wanted to come back here like in September and try to catch a bigger fish, I bet a hole like that would be crazy. Anyways, keep moving, see what we can find up through here. Oh boy. The creek's definitely getting smaller here, but I honestly think, it's gonna be a crazy thing to say, but you guys saw me walk up that flat rock section of the creek. I think that's the bedrock for this area, and that a lot of this water in this creek currently is flowing partially underground, which might be a funny thing to be thinking about, but I genuinely think that that's probably what's happening, because the creek got significantly smaller. And there was a little trib that came in, but even above the trib it had more water than it does right now, which just immediately makes me think that probably some of the water's subsurface somewhere, which is fine. It's pretty normal in this vicinity for creeks to go subsurface. Anyways, we're gonna fish another hour maybe, if that, depends on how the fishing goes. If it continues to be really good, I'll fish for another hour, and then I'll switch creeks. If it starts being bad, I'll fish for another 10 minutes and switch creeks. I knew there'd be a little fella right in that root, next to that root wad. I literally started recording just for that root wad because I was like, I'll catch one here and watch. And I did. Thanks, buddy. Might be one right here. Need to get further over there if I'm going to catch it. Maybe. Oops. It's probably a spring. Just saw a little, probably a young of the year brook trout spook out of it. It makes sense, all things considering. Creek has definitely gotten significantly smaller through here. Oh my gosh, dang thing missed it. Might be able to roll cast it in there for it. Yep, got him that time. Whoa. Sorry, but oh, and he got off. I deserved that fish getting off. The way I was acting. Gotta be one like up in there though, right? Like right there. That's fine. I didn't want to catch one there anyways. Golly, what a horrible cast that was. Alright. Whoa! Almost just died right there. Get up in there, boy. Oh, there we go. Came off. Wasn't that big. There's gonna be one right here. You just watch. Quite get up there, I don't think. Ah, yeah. It's fine, I didn't want to catch one there anyways. Really, when you think about it. Alright, cool. It's amazing how much this creek has changed just literally right here. Like in the last half mile, this creek has dramatically changed to a totally different water, like, creek. This is probably where they spawn, maybe not spawn, but there's a lot more gravelly type, less sediment in the stream up here. Down there are bigger holes with like beaver dams. Up here it's more like little pockets, places I would expect to catch fish, but not necessarily super big fish. But you know, the right hole probably has quite a few fish in it. Got to find that right hole. And like, look at this log jam here. And that's kind of nuts, no? That's crazy. This is where the big ones will be, in a creek like this. You can't cast this spot. Wish I could cast further. I think I'll just try to stay low, maybe. Yep, I took a first cast fish. But spots like this are gonna have probably quite a few fish because the creek is not nearly as big here now. It's much more concentrated. These are probably maybe not gonna be young of the year fish, but these are gonna be fish that are, oh, got denied by something. But these are probably fish that are fish ate a dry fly behind my fly. Always funny. Oh, that's a bigger one. Oh, I missed it because I was scratching my head because there's bugs all over me, man. That blows. Denied. Denied a couple times, actually. Kind of surprising. Yep. Oh, got denied a couple times. Once and then immediately got eaten. Ah, got stuck on a daggum tree in there, though. There's clearly a bunch of fish on that left side there. Every time I cast in there, it's like a flashing left, right, center. First one that ate was the biggest. He wasn't huge, but he's probably 8 inches or so. Now the fish that are rolling on it are much smaller. Probably means that the big fish is spooked, but you keep casting because you never know. Yep. Oh! Oop. Yo! Oops, sorry, buddy. Thanks, my boy. Thanks, my boy. I was gonna say, every time I casted there's a fish coming out and looking at it. Probably not the same fish. After seeing that one hole, there's probably 20 fish in every one of these pockets. Having said that, still cool. Oh yeah, that was a cool eat. Came out from underneath the log. I'd hate to see how many big fish are sitting on that log, especially since I'm catching all these. And every time I've done that, there's been several bigger fish in there, you know, for the hole, I should say. Probably big fish in here too. By the way, this is kinda, I'm not gonna say this is normal. It's like, anytime you can catch fish like this, I wouldn't say it's normal, but it's normal for me to come out and fish a creek like this. And like, although today's been a good day, I probably wouldn't make a main channel video out of this, just because nothing super insane has hit the net. And I'd probably save this, and then, whenever I come back, or try to come back in the fall, probably not fall, probably September, I'd come back here and try it again. I'd come back up here and try to catch fish that I know live in here. Because there are some donkeys in here, undoubtedly. Too much good water, too many good pockets. Just the sheer numbers of fish in places like this are just crazy, so I'm sure they're in here. Anyways, let's keep moving on. Oh my gosh, it feels like a big fish, or a nice one. At least considering the size of the creek, it feels nice. Oh yeah, it's not a bad fish at all. Oh yeah, dude. It's a good one, especially for where I'm at, dude. It's a 6 to 8 inch brookie. Thanks, buddy. Sorry for that. That was cool. This is a little bit bigger hole than I thought it was. I couldn't see it, but I wanted to be back far enough that I could not spook the fish when I casted at it. I'm glad I did, because that was a nice fish. Nicer than I probably would have guessed they were going to be in here. I'm just so shocked. I can't get over how much smaller this creek has gotten. Because, like, realistically, there's only one little trib that came in, and it wasn't that big of a trib, I didn't think, but the creek has definitely gotten quite a bit smaller. Ooh. Oh! One ate me there. I didn't know where my fly was. I was looking for my fly and saw a fish rise, which was certainly on my fly. This glare is horrible. Oh, there we go. It's another nice fish. Uh-oh. I think he's stuck on something. Yeah, there we go. He came off there, I think. Oh, it's another good fish, dude. What? That's crazy. Look at the size of this sucker. Probably one of my biggest of the day, I think. Nah, maybe not. I'll still net him. Sweet, man. I mean, the creek's getting smaller, but the fish sure as heck ain't getting smaller. That is probably one of my biggest of the day. He's not quite as orange as those ones I was catching lower. Look at that. It's an 8 inch brook trout. Right underneath that log jam. I figured, or not log jam, root wad. I figured that root wad might be enough cover to make a big fish live in here, but dang, I was thinking about leaving. Now I'm sitting there thinking maybe there might be something up here I want to know about. Again, though, this is all good stuff to know. It's like stuff that when I inevitably come back here, it's going to be great information to know, like, hey, man, up to this certain point, the creek's, you know, pretty big sized. Your potential at like a truly giant brook trout's probably higher down there. But as you get up here, it's no slouch. In fact, I'm catching fish that are equally the same size as I was down, you know, which is always like a good sign for the health of the stream. See if I can sling another one up there, see if anything happens or not. That was a super subtle rise, by the way. I mean, seriously, like there, another one ate. Borderline unseeable rise. There you go, see that one. Interesting. Alright, let's keep moving then. I was honestly gonna stop, but then I came up to this hole and caught 2 nice fish, and I'm like, never mind. Let's keep moving, see what else we can find in here, you know? Why not? Why not? Said I was gonna give it an hour. So I'm gonna stick by that and give it another hour. See what exploring can get me. I mean, this is not that deep. Not deep at all. Seriously. I fished a dozen better holes in this down lower and had worse luck. Oh, no way, dude. Oh, another one that I missed. That's weird. Oh my gosh, that's a big fish. Holy cow, I can't even stand up. That one, I saw that one open his mouth. That was a big one for sure. Oh, that's a little one. Dude, I mean, I didn't even see that one rise hardly. Oh my gosh, dude. There's a big one in there, 100%. That gave me the business right there. I mean, absolutely gave me the business. I think he's gonna win this round too. He's just sitting in that tree right there. Come on. Oh, oh, that might be him, dude. That might be him. That's him. Or that's one of them. That's a big one. Another one. I should be careful saying big. You guys are gonna get annoyed by that, but for like the size of the water, that's like a freaking shark, man. He swallowed that fly too. That is a shark for the size of the water. Swallowed it. Luckily, he got hooked in the top of the mouth. Thanks, buddy. Sorry for messing with you. I love catching sharks, baby. Call this video Uncut Shark Fishing, and then watch the saltwater guys get upset when they click on the video and they start watching it and are like, what is this? Is he fishing for the Is he fishing for bait? I don't understand what this is, the hooplaw's about. Must have been the fish, or at the very least I spooked it when I didn't catch him. Or spooked it when I caught that fish. There's probably bigger ones in there. Or at least some other fish of equal quality. Almost undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. Probably a good one in here too. Probably. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm actually probably too close to this hole. Based. And now I'm stuck. Pop it. Thank you. Yep. Oh, I knew there was going to be one in there, and now I'm stuck on a tree. Should have really retie. Watch me break off right here. Yep. Oh my gosh, that's such a big fish for the water. Oh, came off, that's fine. I mean, again, I'm not saying that's a giant. I'm not even upset that I lost it. I gotta retie that. It's gonna break. It's just like, that's a tiny little pocket. I mean, like, seriously. Barely worth the cast. Yet there's a 6-inch fish in it. Healthy, healthy system. Fun to fish creeks like this. Funky little pockets. Probably got a good brookie in it based on everything else that's been going on. Not a great cast. Better cast. I think far enough. That's the cast. Yep. Littler fish than the last couple that I've seen, but got to revert back to the average at some point. Thanks, buddy. Sorry for messing with you. I have a feeling if I can find like a real good hole, there's probably some big fish in there. But I gotta find the right spot, man. Actually, this log jam here might be pretty decent. Oh, there's pockets here too. Phew. Man, these bugs are atrocious. Great for fishing, I guess. Oh, did I just see a fish spook up? Might have, unfortunately. Might have spooked him. Pretty little log jam here. See if there's anything sitting back into that. Okay. Anything up in there a little further? Yep. Oh! That's a good one. Got him. Come on, buddy. Come on down, big dog. Not a bad one. Again, for the size of the creek, it's a great fish. My average size has definitely gone up as I've gotten into this smaller water. And look at that. Another just solid fish. And really that fish is probably 2-3 years old. Young fish. You can tell because of the amount of black lines on the back of his tail. Probably a 3-year-old fish. Not an old fish. So they're growing pretty fast in here. Just got to find that old papa that's lived in here for 5 years or so. That's where Big Papa gonna be. Oh, tiny little fish, my gosh. That's a better one. Not much better, but. Dude, I got so many bugs crawling on my face. It's about to drive me up a wall, man. Been fishing for 45 minutes since I said I wanted an hour, so I'm probably only gonna give it another 15 minutes just because, dude, it's driving me nuts. I'm also getting hungry. Not that I have much food, but I do have a little snack in the car that I might have to eat. But it's mostly the bugs, man. I can't even breathe. They're just like gnats, too. See if there's anything super big. Didn't see anything, but I'm sure there was a decent fish in there. It's pretty deep. It's got cover. Got everything a fish may need. I just know, like in my heart of hearts, my soul, there's gonna be some big hole up here on this upper end of this creek where the water's smaller that almost nobody fishes. And there's gonna be a freaking donkey in it. Just like a 15-incher. Because these fish are clearly pretty big. Like, they grow pretty fast in here. There's lots of them. So I'm really just looking for, like, if I was big fish fishing, which I'm not saying I totally am, but I'm just looking for that one big hole that's gonna produce that, like, a little bit next level fish. I mean, like, I can catch a fish in every one of these holes, like this one right here. Absolutely, I can catch a fish right there. I'm sure. Say that, don't catch one. Nope, I did. Well, lost it, but. Every one of these holes like this, I could probably get a fish to eat. And then, whether or not the fish are sizable, I think depends on if I can learn how to, there we go. I knew I could. Whether I can find a spot that a big fish would really want to hang out in, at least this time of year, man. As I said, September or 2 weeks ago, if it was September, there could be bigger fish anywhere in here because they'd be pushing up. Probably spawn in here somewhere, even some of the bigger fish that are from lower in the system. Or if you're in, like, beginning of June, May, when there's more hatches coming off, sometimes the bigger fish will sit in different lies and different runs that I think are more conducive to catching them. But this time of year, they're gonna start moving into their summer, like, holes. And although little fish will be in all this stuff, big fish, man, they really want to, they really run this stuff, they're gonna choose the biggest holes. I mean, that hole's not bad. I might as well fish it. There's actually 2 holes here that might be halfway decent. I don't know. Even this hole probably got a decent fish in it just because it's got cover. It's got somewhere for the fish to hide if need be. From birds, more specifically. Yep. Oh, that was a good one. There he is. Came off, that's fine. Oh, just saw another fish eat a dry fly right there. Right there, yep. Oh, that's a good one. I told you. Just needs a little bit of cover, man. If you give these brook trout some cover, they'll get bit. That's a real nice fish, actually. He didn't look that big when he first ate. An 8-inch fish, probably. Thanks, buddy. Whoa. Oh, man, that's a healthy brook trout. So I'm saying, man, we just need the right hole up here. If you got the right hole, that is such a healthy fish. Look at him. It's actually a she, and she's probably, she didn't look super old. Like, they're getting big quick in this stream. I'm confident that there's bigger fish in here now. I mean, I could have guessed that earlier on in the day, but I didn't have proof of it. Now I'm starting to, like, prove it to myself. See if there's another one in there. Up a little further. Oh, 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 oh! One denied me 3 or 4 times. I don't know where that went. My flies are really sinking now. Try to dry it off a little bit. There'll be a decent fish up with this log too. You know, not something that's gonna like change the world, but that'll be a good one with this log. I'm just gonna go to there actually. I'm gonna cast the back end though first, just in case there's something big sitting back in there that I can't see. That was, oh my gosh, fish went crazy for it. He'll eat this. Told you. Oh, I missed him. See if he eats it again. Nope. Felt the hook on that one. It's okay. Where I expect the big fish to be is way up here. And he will be. That's a bad cast. There. I mean, I can't quite get up where I want to be. Oh. Wonder if that was that fish eye. Yep. That's a good one, dude. That is not the fish I originally saw, I don't think. Oh my gosh. Knew there'd be a good one in there too. Come on, chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Chill. Relax, my dog. Again, look how healthy that fish is. That's insane. Thanks, buddy. Sorry for messing with you. Didn't mean to harass you. Well, I did, but you know what I mean. All right, let's see if there's actually one like up there in the log. I don't see my fly. That's kind of generally the spot I thought a fish would be, is up there. Oh, something did eat it, but it didn't look super big. Alright, let's keep going. Usually when you catch a fish like that, it pretty well spooks most of them in here, whether you like it or not. But see, like this hole, there's just enough cover for them, man. That's all they need. That hole's actually a slight bit better, even though it didn't look it coming up to it, but when I got up to it, that hole was probably a little better than this one, but yeah. They just need a little bit of cover and they'll find a way. Because you got to think, it rained a little bit last week. So when this starts to get really low, which it does in the summer, and I mean now it's even worse. It probably gets low every summer now. For there to be pockets where the fish are going to survive year after year after year and stay healthy, they need cover, they need spots, like deep pockets. So when the water drops another 6 inches here, it's not going to be completely destroyed. This hole here, can't really tell what's going on with it, but as I said, you have to cast far back from these streams at least once. Ooh, actually I think it might be really deep undercut on this rock on the left. We'll see. Oops, not a great cast. Didn't quite get up in there far enough. I think it's deep on that left side. If it's true, it might need to cast further to the left. That should get eaten. That's fine, I didn't want to catch one there. I'm actually surprised that didn't get eaten. Try to the right a little bit just to make sure that I'm not being an idiot. I didn't even see the fish. Oh no! Did that break me? No way. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, it was a really subtle sip, which actually usually means it was probably a bigger fish. And the dang thing broke me. That shouldn't have broke, to be honest with you. I'll also be 100% honest with you guys. If you're thinking like, dude, why are you breaking off on some of these fish? I mean, most of the time it is because I don't check my line. But also, I only have 6X with me right now, so it's not like I really can throw some other size tippet. I need to buy more tippet. I'm just not fully prepared. Alright, I'm I'm not tying another fly. This either works or it doesn't work. I should say either break off or I don't break off. Probably get stuck in a tree here in a minute. Actually, I do have more flies. If this doesn't work, I probably will switch, but... Oh, I think I just spooked a big one with my fly line. That's unfortunate, because I really think I messed that up. Like, I think there was a big fish in there and it ate and I broke off. I don't even know if the fish got hooked. I think it just broke me flat out, straight up. All right, I might go somewhere else. This is probably about the time I said I was gonna go somewhere else. Oh, what a hole this was. Yeah, wow. It's totally undercut underneath this rock. But I might just drop a pin so I know how far up I've come. When I come back, I'll know to go a little bit further just to make sure that I don't miss anything crazy. But bugs are killing me. I'm getting hungry. It's like 2:30. And there's one other section of creek I'm kind of on the way home that I want to try anyways. So I figure why not give it a shot. Plus, to be honest with you, there's no trail up here, so this is going to be a heck of a journey getting out of here. But yeah, start now. And cue walking for an hour and a half. Alright guys, so I just jumped a fawn out of this pocket here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's standing between the trees there. I don't want to spook her too bad, so I'm going to move over here. But hello, Mr. Fawn. I don't know if you guys can see her. She's standing right there. Little cutie. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. I'm gonna leave her alone. I'd like the mother to come back and get her at some point. I'm sure the mother's not too terribly far away. She's a little cutie. Crazy thing is I fished right up through here, which means I walked probably 10 feet from her and she didn't move. So shouts out to the squad. Gotta love seeing nature at work. Anyways, I'm probably 10-15 minutes into the walk. The bugs are literally eating me alive. I'm losing my mind. But at least I got to see a little baby deer, so that's pretty cool. So I just fell. And I had my rod in my hand, fell, landed on my rod dang near. Well, actually I did land on my rod. And I was thinking, man, how on earth do I not break that rod doing that? That's pretty crazy. You know, shouts out to Guideline, because I feel like that would have broken any rod in the country. And then I realized the rod is broken. It's broken in the cork. Oh, the bugs are atrocious. So now if you guys could see, the rod just bent. Well, there you go. That's fully broken. The cork broke. So yeah, I broke my rod, whatever. I broke my rod walking out of here. I got bugs all over me. I mean, it's really quite literally chalked. I don't even know how I've done that, because if you guys have been paying attention at all, you know that I broke a rod in Montana. Broke another rod that is never going to make a video because I wasn't recording when it happened, on some stupid crap too. Now I've broken a third rod within probably 2 weeks by falling on the way out of a brookie stream. At some point, Guideline's like legitimately gonna run out of rod pieces because I keep breaking rods. On some stupid crap too, by the way. Not Guideline's fault. I literally fell with all my weight, and usually I try to like throw my rod as I fall because I have to catch myself. and I went to try to throw my rod, and I just didn't get to throw it because I was so close to the ground when I fell. And yeah, snapped that sucker in the cork, by the way. And that's a hard place to break a rod, so that just shows like that I literally fell on that with all my weight. So I was gonna go to another spot and I still might check it out, but I really don't know how I'm gonna be able to cast. And at some point this reel is gonna fall off of this, and when it does, we got a problem. But I'm about back to the car now, so the hike probably took me about an hour. I honestly thought it was gonna take a little bit longer than that, but now that I've broken my rod, I'm kind of glad I'm back to the car and can just be done. So thank you guys for watching this uncut video, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.